Well, I mean, if it's true, she's going to be facing criminal exposure because if she did travel with this guy and she benefited from the perks that he extended to her, and he was a special prosecutor who were supposed to be, I guess they brought him in because they felt that he had expertise, or at least he wouldn't be part of the earlier deliberations and he would be perhaps more fair and judicious. So she defeated that purpose. But if she benefited with this liaison and she facilitated, I think she would face criminal exposure. But it brings up a couple of things, I think, in a wider context. All of the legal eagles who looked at these four cases, these four indictments, maybe putting Jack Smith's aside because it was a federal indictment, had all come to the consensus that Fani Willis had the most likely chance of succeeding, that Letitia James on the real estate thing was sort of bogus, and Alvin Bragg was even less serious. But Fani Willis, because of the phone call and the attention of the major parties in an election, they all felt that was at least the consensus. If that folds, I think it'll have a ripple effect that will remind the public and I think the legal community that all of them were politically motivated.
Hello, family, and welcome back to another episode of Journey to Harmony. We have a good one for you today. Fani Willis is the district attorney of Fulton County. She has been tasked with bringing the charges and the indictment against Donald Trump in the election fraud case. She has been one that has been outspoken, the one who has been seen as having the very best case of making sure that he is convicted. And there is a huge turn that has recently happened in this case. So Fani Willis, again, is someone who's in charge of the overall process, and she has chosen a man by the name of Nathan Wade. Nathan Wade is a special prosecutor that was elected, and he for himself is in some bit of the issue right now. Nathan Wade has been paid over $1 million over the last 3 years in terms of this particular process. What's interesting is that Nathan Wade has zero experience prosecuting federal felony cases, which is a wild place to start. If you're going to start something, you wouldn't start at the very top. If you're playing basketball, you normally begin at the little leagues, at the minor leagues. You don't begin by playing in the NBA finals. And he is the first person to prosecute a former president of the United States. This is a huge story, and this is going to be something that has legs. Not only this has a story come out, but Fani Willis is now being subpoenaed to testify in the case in the divorce filings of Nathan Wade. So the story goes that Fani Willis gave Nathan Wade the case 1 day before he filed for divorce from his wife. I'm going to go ahead and play a video here. We'll watch a little bit of this, and we'll come back and talk about it. If your first time joining, please hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel, and here we go.
Allegations involving Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis raising brand new questions tonight. This is The Six. I'm Sean Gables.
And I'm Blair Miller. She's accused of an improper relationship with a fellow prosecutor, and she's being ordered to appear at his divorce proceedings. Nathan Wade is the special prosecutor hired by Willis's office to help in the case against Donald Trump. And the accusations could mean trouble for that case.
A loan document indicating special prosecutor Nathan Wade's divorce case is sealed from public view is all we could get from Cobb County Superior Court. On Wednesday, reporters trickled into the clerk's office trying to get a hold of the divorce documents that could confirm the shocking allegations filed by a defendant in the Georgia election indictment. Divorce proceedings are a highly unusual thing to seal, multiple attorneys told Atlanta News First. But the divorce paperwork seems to be the basis for defendant Michael Roman's filing, claiming his charges should be dropped because Willis and Wade were involved in a romantic relationship while Wade was in the employ of Willis's office and leading the prosecution of the indictment. Also this week, District Attorney Fani Willis was served a subpoena to testify in Wade's divorce case.
And I'm pretty sure that she feels she has nothing to hide, so she's going to go ahead and testify.
Attorney J. Edward Chip says whatever Willis says in her testimony could be used by Roman's attorneys to fight his charges.
He got indicted by Fani Willis. Actually, the grand jury wouldn't indict him, but she charged him anyway. And his lawyer is this Ashley Merchant, who has just filed a barn burner of a motion calling attention to what she says is a disgusting ethics breach by Fani Willis. She says that Fani Willis is in an inappropriate romantic relationship with the special prosecutor, Nathan Wade, who she brought in to help prosecute this RICO case against Trump and all the others. And that she and Nathan Wade have been having an affair, and that she named him special prosecutor the day before he filed for a divorce from his wife, and that she's been funneling payments to him for his work as a special prosecutor, and that he's been using those monies to then take Fani Willis on all these exotic vacations, traveling together to Napa Valley, to Florida, cruising the Caribbean together, using tickets, quoting here from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, using tickets Wade purchased from Norwegian and Royal Caribbean cruise lines, and suggesting that the checks that were sent to this guy Wade, Nathan Wade, from Fani Willis, Fulton County, and his subsequent purchases of vacations for Fani Willis could amount not only to a conflict of interest because she's using him to fund her life and to prosecute Trump, but to, quote, honest services fraud, a federal crime in which a vendor gives kickbacks to an employer. He would be the vendor, Fani Willis / Fulton County, the employer. It is possible this could also be prosecuted under the RICO statute.
All right, guys, so there you go. And I found that last point right there very interesting. You don't find divorce filings to be sealed. With Fannie Mae being the district attorney, it would be an absolute bombshell if it comes out that she sealed the documents for this particular case, knowing that, again, that her testimony was required, and that some of these filings would be included in that. Many of these lawyers have filed petitions with judges to make sure that the case is unsealed and that they're able to review this particular document. But this is turning out to be an absolute disaster for the Democratic Party. Donald Trump has continued to surge regardless of the subpoenas, and many people have seen this as a complete overreach in terms of power and in terms of them seeking to control a narrative. Many people are saying right now that this case is going to be dropped, and Donald Trump himself spoke in and talked a little bit about that. I'll go ahead and play this video here. Watch that and go from there.
We had a very big event yesterday, as you saw, in Georgia, where the district attorney is totally compromised. The case has to be dropped. They went after, I guess, 18 or 20 people. They wanted to go after a lot of other people. They wanted to go after senators. She was out of her mind. Now it turns out that that case is totally compromised. In fact, they say she's in far more criminal liability than any of the people she's looking at. So I think that when you look at what happened, where they pay a lawyer with absolutely no experience $700,000 who happens to be her lover or her boyfriend, and then they go on trips and vacations together, very expensive vacations together. And the reason they paid him so much because he was after me, because this way they can afford to pay him a lot more. It probably passes a certain test. And that's a very sad thing that happened in Georgia, and I would imagine that case is going to be dropped. Every legal analyst that I've spoken to, every legal analyst that I've read have said that case is so compromised now it has to be dropped.
All right, guys, so we see that this is going to be an interesting year. 2024 has started off with an absolute bang, and I believe that it's only going to continue. Democrats will continue to push forward as things escalate and they see that their case is falling apart. Once again, this was the greatest of all the cases many people believed, as a chance for them to convict Donald Trump, and it is looking like he is getting ready to walk free. Donald Trump is on his way, as it looks like, to being the next president of the United States. I've been saying for a long time the migrant crisis is going to explode in the springtime. Right now, many people who are in different countries, they look up and they see their family and their friends who have crossed over already, and they see the cold that they're dealing with. In their mindset, their thought process is, how can I wait and to get there once the weather changes? Once Donald Trump is in office, it is more than likely guaranteed that the border will be shut tight. Anybody who's trying to break into the country will be forced back out. So we're going to see a push, I believe, like we have not seen before. Joe Biden has continued to act like he doesn't see what's going on. I also believe, and I will continue saying this, that Michelle Obama will be running for president here beginning in August, as they see things are falling apart and they do not want Donald Trump back in there. Gavin Newsom is mostly a disaster. He's going to continue to have to deal with the fallout of the economic issue in California and all the decisions that he has made. He has a track record proving that he is not capable of handling the finances of city government, state government, or the like, and especially not the national government. Michelle Obama is their silver bullet that they're expecting to be able to use. She recently came out with some news that I'll cover in another video. But this is definitely going to be an interesting year, and I'll be here having the news for you and updates and giving you the most latest current news as best as possible. What are your thoughts? Please comment below. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining, and have a good day.